want to
Go
give a
ahead.
shout out real quick on a it's kind of a sad note here, and I think y'all all know where I'm going with this. But last Saturday night, one of our local policemen was killed in the line of duty assisting the New Orleans Police Department in a high speed chase. So of course, just B.S.ing here. Our condolences go out to the family and the department for the fallen
Yeah,
officer. Yeah,
I mean, it's a
kind of
crazy
crazy how
story,
it happened.
right? And for ones that don't know, I mean, it's I think they were trying to pull over a car full of teenagers,
Yes.
and the driver decided to run,
Right.
and this officer decided he was going to throw out spike strips, and they hit him, killed him.
Yes.
Now, from what I was being told earlier, that they had more. They arrested three guys for three
Yes.
17-year-olds. It looks like they're charging them as adults for first-degree murder. Now, someone was telling me they had other people in the car that were
I heard
actually
there was
calling.
It's a total of 5.
Yes,
if I'm
and
not
that they were
mistaken.
calling the police while
Yes.
this was going on, saying he won't stop.
Mhm.
Because I noticed they had the charge of attempted murder, and I'm wondering if that's where that comes from, because the passengers that wanted out of the car.
Could be.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
I
Or-
assumed it came from when they hit the New Orleans cop.
That's true. Yeah, and it could have. I just didn't know. Man, everything's just crazy right now, because I was wondering too, like, how do you get first-degree murder unless they can prove that they intentionally tried to hit the cop?
Premeditated,
Yeah, because first degree is a big one to shoot for. I mean, you're shooting for the stars with that. I mean, and it could be like, I think, Justin, you were texting me earlier saying that it may change a little bit when a law enforcement is involved, as far as
Right.
when you kill somebody like that. Maybe the whole fact that you ran,
Yeah.
that led to the death. Like, you chose to run from the cops, and then you
Yeah,
wound up
that's where
killing
my
one.
thought process was. Because, like,
And-
I know, like, if you're breaking into somebody's house, you and a buddy, and your buddy gets shot and killed, you're getting charged with their murder.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You didn't do that, but it was
Yeah.
in the commission of a felony. So I was kind of thinking along the same thing of they were committing a felony, some sort of felony evasion, and hit and killed a cop in the, commission of that felony. So
Yeah, and to be clear, you're not a lawyer, right?
no,
Okay,
this
I
is
don't want
not
anybody.
legal advice.
All right, I don't want anybody thinking we know what we're talking about here, but no, I was curious too, because like I said, they usually don't throw that around unless they have a reason to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's too hard for a jury to say, well, no, that wasn't premeditated. They did kill somebody, but they didn't try to or didn't plan on it. So the DA has to know something. I don't know.
And a lot of times when they book these people, and it's just not this situation, but if it's anything, they'll book them with whatever they can.
Yep.
The most charges they can put on somebody, and then they'll let the DA chop it down to come to a good conclusion on what we need to book them on. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So that wasn't decided by the DA yet. That was just what they
Probably not. No, I think the police just book them with that, and then let the DA
okay.
look into it and do their investigation.
decide. Yeah.
Which I'm surprised they don't have more.
Right.
As
Yeah,
far
I mean,
as
whatever it
felony
is, they've
evasion,
ruined their
hit and
lives,
run,
one way or another.
Maybe kidnapping if people inside the car were calling the police saying,
To get out? Yeah.
we can't fucking get out the car,
Yeah. See, that's what I was wondering too, if the cops were listening the whole time, as far as them being on the phone with these people, and heard the driver or whatever saying something about running the cop over, like, I'm about to hit him, or I'm going to hit, I don't know. Like I said, the first degree murder got me. It's like, man, that's a big one you slap on somebody, because there's no other way to,
17-year-old? Yeah, absolutely.
well, there's no other way to explain that besides premeditated murder.
Yeah.
And
Right.
to me, it just seemed like a cop was out in the street throwing spike strips, and this dumbass, ran into him. But, I didn't think it was on purpose. I thought it was an accident. I'm thinking, why would you purposely do that? Why wouldn't you try to go around him? He probably tried to swerve from them spike strips and hit the cop.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, also, like, if you're going to rob a store and you shoot the clerk, you may not have been intending to kill anybody during the robbery, but shit went bad, you kill the clerk, you're getting first degree murder.
Right.
Yes.
No, that's true.
So it's like it wasn't premeditated. The crime was, like, the crime of robbing the place was, but you
think that would qualify as first degree?
Yeah, I think they'd hit you with it for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know if that would just
Yeah, I think they
drop
would
it.
hit you with it, and then the grand jury would look at it, and then the DA would accept what the grand jury comes back at, and
So,
and they might
now-
lay it down.
Not even really with this case, but how does that work if, say, you do get charged with first degree murder, and you go to court, you go through the trial, and they decide it wasn't first degree. Are you just off, or do they drop it down right there?
They can. Yeah, absolutely. They can go, second degree or negligent homicide or
I thought
whatever.
they had to bring
Sometimes
that
they'll make
up
a plea,
earlier in the trial,
Sometimes.
kind of like with the Kyle Rittenhouse, how they had first degree, second degree, and manslaughter for the jury to deliberate on all at the same time. And they're like, if you feel it wasn't first degree, then you can look at second, then you can look at manslaughter, yada yada. Compared to like, oh, boom, not guilty, and then after the fact coming back and saying, well, what about second degree? Let's talk about this.
Yeah,
You
it's
know
like,
what I mean?
oh, well, we didn't get the first degree murder, so let's go ahead and do the second. I didn't know if
Right.
it worked like that. Like you can decide after the fact. See, that's why I was wondering about them shooting so high for first degree murder. Like if it's not first degree murder or the jury doesn't see it like that, I don't assume these kids just get to walk away. I mean,
No.
I don't know. I mean,
And then again, I mean, they could plea down it, I mean, here we are on first degree murder, which could carry the death penalty, and then they turn around and say, well, I'm gonna plead guilty to second degree, which is life imprisonment, with no parole.
I believe a lot of it's a tactic like that by the the DA and all, and it's just to say, hey, look, throw this at them. And when we get them in a room, say, look, we can drop this down, like you said, second degree. We'll give you, 25 years. You'll have a chance for parole, but you're going to have to plead to this, and then we don't have to go through all the bullshit with the trial. I mean, maybe that is a tactic that they're using, because what do you? So but what do you think is the proper punishment? I mean, 17 years old. You know how fucking stupid you are at 17 years old, and the dumb decisions you make. And that's not to justify what these kids did or at least make light of it or, because what they did was horrible. But, you kill somebody by making a stupid decision to run from the police. And then, so what is the proper punishment for that? Being, 17 years old. I mean, should they be treated just like somebody that's 37 that did it?
I think so.
Because it's, when it comes from
when it comes down to it, brother, I don't think it's going to be a first degree murder charge.
Well, no, but I'm asking like your opinion. Like, how do you think 17-year-olds should be treated in cases like that? Like, because we know scientifically that their brain isn't developed. Now, that's not to say we all didn't know better at 17 and to go running over police officers. But I'm saying, do they deserve any leniency because of their age? Is what
I don't think so.
No.
Now, maybe I think it's sticky with the passengers, Because like technically they didn't hit and kill a cop. They were just
they
there,
didn't. They didn't. Yeah, so how does that work? If you're not telling him to stop, are you guilty? I mean,
but they were there in the commission of the crime. I mean, but like I said, they'll have to plead that down, I'm sure, So
yeah, because the only ones that they didn't even arrest were apparently the girls in the car because they called the police and they were like, hey, this motherfucker's running and he won't stop. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. So, yeah, you can't charge them girls for that.
No, it's going to be an interesting case to hear it,
Well, it is. And then it just brings up, it brings up the whole, the talking point of what should happen to teenagers when they commit crimes like that. I mean, because like I said, it was a dumb decision. They didn't set out that night to say, hey, we're going to go kill a cop, but it happened. So at 17 years of age, you make such a decision that's so dumb that someone loses their life. Now you're being charged as an adult.
True.
And is that how the justice system should be?
And I guess, if you put the shoes on your foot and it's your child, of course you'd be like, well, I think he needs another chance. But that's just would be apparent to a child. But
But if that's
I
if
don't
your
know.
family's
I mean,
the
look,
one
if it was my father and it was me doing that, he'd be like, "Hey, stupid, you fucked up. Deal with it."
he'd
that's
bring
how
you to the
would've
prison.
been, Yeah.
It was more of just personal, what opinion on y'all's end on what y'all thought about that, because it is. I mean, it happens with kids; they make stupid fucking decisions, and now there are some that choose to kill. But then there's some that just make bonehead decisions that lead to the death of another human.
Yeah, and I guess you got to ask too: was there dope involved? I heard they had dope in the car, but was there dope involved, and were they loaded? Freaked out? Look, but still, it's no excuse, man.
No, there's no excuse at all. It's just,
this guy was a Marine, a veteran, and sergeant with the department, and just sad, man. Yeah, it really is sad,
Yeah. Well, we got a little terabyte. What is up? If we really understood the message of Christ, they wouldn't be executed. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be executed, little terabyte. I was just more curious because they're charging these teenagers. If you hadn't been here the whole time, little terabyte, they happened in our area. 17-year-olds in a car decide to run from the cops. One of the cops throws out a spike strip. They swerve. They hit the cop and kill him. So now they all been arrested. They're being charged with first-degree murder for that. And I was just curious if, in people's opinions, they think 17-year-olds should be shown a little bit of leniency because they're stupid, basically. It just a blunt way to put it.
And I think they
So-
do get leniency because I don't think you can be hit with the death penalty if you're under a legal adult. Like, I think the most you can get is life in prison. I don't know if that's in Louisiana, but I think most places. So I think that's your leniency.
I got you, that you can't be put to death, and that's enough. It's just, man, it's got
They won't be put to death for this.
No,
They won't, but that's their
that's not
leniency
even-
because it's off the table.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
what Justin's saying. That's their forgiveness right there. That
Yeah,
hey, we won't kill
absolutely.
you. Now, you may
Yeah,
spend the rest of
will
your
they do
life in
30
prison.
years, maybe then parole.
Right.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah, that's always been a touchy one, man. I see,
It is.
young kids that commit crimes, and then some of them are charged as juveniles, and then they get
Right.
out as an adult.
Right.
And
Mhm.
I didn't know if
Because they
that
can
should
hold
be
you
the
till you're 21.
right. If that should be the case for all of them that do it, especially in cases like this, where, like I said, I don't think they set out to go hurt anybody. They just made
No.
stupid decisions that
Yeah.
we've probably all made. Now, I'm not saying we've all run from the cops, but we've all done dumb shit as teenagers.
Right.
There's questionable shit I've done that I don't know how I got out of. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm innocent when I was 17 years old. Now,
Right.
never did I think the cops' lights are behind me. Let me fucking take off, Justin. But see, this one above you, and honestly, we're going to talk about it. The one above me, he's been in that situation in a car with somebody late at night, getting pulled over, decides he's not driving, but his buddy decides they're going to run from the police. And that's how close you were to ending up like these guys. And it's just scary when you think about it. Now, had that happened, do you think you deserve to spend the rest of your life in prison because of that decision you made as a teenager? Because you did the same
Yes.
thing, basically. You were in a car and said, hey, the cops are behind us, and your buddy hits the fucking gas. Y'all
Mhm.
run into a goddamn telephone pole, and luckily, nobody was seriously hurt.
Yeah. No,
So-
I mean, I definitely feel like that would be a consequence that should be on the table for sure, because
Yeah.
like, were we young? Yes, but we knew what we were doing,
Right.
like we knew the consequences of what we were doing. If we got caught, we knew what we were doing, so it's like when you're, you have a 12-year-old committing a crime, they should be tried as a juvenile because it's like, they know what they're doing, but they don't really understand the consequences of what's happening. By the time you're, 15, 16, 17, you know what you're doing. You know the consequences. You just don't give a shit because you're
Yeah.
young. You just don't care,
No, I
I
get it.
think in Louisiana, if you're 12, I think you are a juvenile, and you would do juvenile time. I don't know if they can try you as an adult at 12 years.
Yeah,
old.
but I'm saying, like, say it was a car full of 12-year-olds that stole their parents' car and ran a cop over and killed them, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I get where you would keep them in the juvenile system,
Yes.
But at 17, like, you know what you're doing, you know the potential consequences, and you just don't care.
Right.
You're not thinking about the rest of your life, like, 20 years, who cares? Let's go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And I, like I said, it's a tough one. I guess it depends on what side of it you're on. Because of course, like Brad said, if it's your kid, you think a little different. Like, hey, give him a break. He made a mistake. We're sorry that someone lost their life, but now we're losing 2 lives basically. Because he's going away for life. Or it's like, hey, fuck it, that's a consequence you face now. It's tough, man. Because I know we're not really thinking right at them ages. We don't see far into the future. Then we just react. Our thought process isn't the same as, so we judge everything from our adult minds. We tend to do that.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, that's not to excuse what they did or make any kind of light of it. It's just provoking thought. I'm just curious what everybody thought about that.
Most juveniles and young kids, they can't see till Friday.
Well, no, that's what I couldn't either. You're living for the moment.
Absolutely.
And that's all there is to
Absolutely,
it back then.
I feel like the odds of any of the 3 that are locked up right now, really growing older from 17, doing what they're doing now, to being
stopping?
productive is very slim. Because, you think, going back to my situation, out of the 3 males in the car, one of them's dead, got
Right.
shot for fucking with people. One of them just got out of prison. What are we, 10 years down the road? Almost
Right.
10, 15-ish. And I'm the only one that hasn't been back to jail since, gotten in any trouble, so
So
I
you're
mean, that's
saying
one out of
odds?
3.
Yeah. So the odds weren't in any of their favor,
No,
is what you're saying.
no.
Yeah. It's a shame. I mean, I'm not. I'm sure you're right about that. But it is a shame. I mean,
Yeah.
because you're right. I mean, when you got a carload of, people acting up like that, chances are most of them are probably just gonna continue down that crazy ass path.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, I've done some dumb shit as a teenager, but never once was it, let me, put everybody else's life at risk by running from the police. It just never crossed my mind.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was just hanging out with
so-
dumbass people in high
Oh,
school, so
yeah.
I see it because, like, I'd say out of like my actual junior high school days, like 90% of my friends from that time are in prison or dead from
Dead.
dumb shit,
Yeah.
murder,
I'm with
just
you.
stupid shit, So I like see that path and just none of them grew up.
Yeah, and it makes me think back to, like you said, the situations that you were in younger and how it could have went wrong quick. Because I remember we were it's probably 16, 17 years old at the time, and of course we had this little neighborhood tiff going on, and some guys wanted to fight people I was friends with, this, that, and the other. So they wanted me and one of my friends to come over to their house so basically we could have this fight. They were planning it like it was a damn UFC match.
Yep.
But we weren't stupid. I knew it wasn't just going to be 2 people there. So what do? We load up a pickup truck. We go to the little hood in Slidell where we know a few people, pick up a guy. What's he do? He walks out his house with a pistol in his fucking hand and says, "Let's go." Now, right then and there, somebody with, that was thinking straight would have said, no, dude, not all that. But what do? Yeah, get in. So we go, pull up on the dudes. First thing he does is jump out of the truck, cocks the gun, and puts it to one of their heads. Now, suppose he would have pulled that trigger and blew this kid's brains out.
Right.
We went and picked him up and brought him over there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just as guilty, I would assume. And that's what I mean. So it's decisions like that I wasn't thinking past this guy getting in the truck.
Right.
And I knew he had a gun, so it wasn't like he surprised us when we got there. Just didn't think about the consequences of letting somebody in your truck with a pistol when you're going to an altercation.
Yeah.
And that's how fast things turn when you're young.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, could have killed somebody, then we're all sitting there in trouble.
Yeah. Split
So-
second, man.
And that's kind of how I was looking at it with these kids. These bonehead decision they made took a life of an officer, and of course they've got to pay some kind of consequences. I
Sure.
just didn't. You just never know what's the right consequence for that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough
Yeah,
one.
It's a
I
tough
debate the passengers more than I do the driver. The driver deserves what he gets, but the passengers, I feel like they deserve a little bit of leniency because aside from just grabbing the steering wheel and yanking the car off the interstate, like,
Yeah. No, I get it.
So I think
Yeah.
they deserve time because they were doing dumb shit. Somebody got killed from the dumb shit you were doing, but ultimately the driver of the car was responsible for killing this cop.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like you said, man, it's
Tough
it's
call, man.
it's a fucked up case.
Nobody
and
wins, man.
nobody wins in this shit,
Yeah,
man. You got
nobody
kids that are
wins.
probably going to go to jail for, I'd say at least 20 years.
Yeah.
And
At least
so
one
they're
of them.
yeah, so they're fucked. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Not saying they can't be productive citizens when they get out, but you know how it is, man. You wind up incarcerated for that long.
Yeah.
Most people,
Once you
that's
become
the life they live, man.
institutionalized, Yeah.
So
Well, look, I got one man right here. If y'all
what's
ready?
up? I'm ready,
Yeah.
bro. What you got?
I got an opinion question here, buddy.
No shit.
And it's about,
Mm.
nah, it's cool.
I'm
it's
just
it's
kidding,
about
bro. I'm fucking with
Tesla. The Tesla vandalism.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Should it be considered domestic terrorism?
Well, it depends. What
Do
What
you believe
define-
it's politically motivated?
that I was going to say?
Yes.
Where are we drawing that line? Like, what is terrorism technically? Because we
Right.
call they call everything terrorism. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's so I'm with you. Isn't it to do with like religious or political?
Right.
I believe
Yeah.
so, yeah.
If that's the case, then yeah, it's pretty cut and dry because it's the
Right.
only reason they're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, do you think it's a coordinated event?
Of
Is
course,
somebody
it is. I think
is
it's
it-
being
is it
funded.
somebody funding this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do because there's people that have come out and shown in the past they leak emails that they get where these things are organized, and they'll get paid $1,200 to go protest and act like assholes places, well, you're going to have a handful of them that are going to start doing shit that, even though it didn't say in the email go destroy shit, you know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I believe some of this shit's random with the Tesla stuff, but as far as this major shit, because I think they just found a bomb in one of those facilities, didn't they?
I kind of glanced over that.
A Tesla facility?
Yes.
I saw that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, let me
I
look it
saw
up while
it.
we talking about it. So I mean, who the hell's got access to a bomb? You know, depending on what kind it is. I mean, it could have been
Yeah.
some dumb shit that wasn't ever
Homemade
going to go
crap or
off.
something,
But yeah, but still, I mean, that right there.
I
What
agree.
what else do you call that? I mean, it sounds like an act
Yeah,
of
'cause-
terrorism to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm in agreement.
According to the Oxford Dictionary, terrorism is a noun. Okay. The unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims.
All right. Well,
Done. So.
And you got to love these libtards, you know? I mean, here they are. They promote green shit, you know? And here they are burning Teslas, getting rid of their Teslas for the gas cars. I mean, they make no sense, these people.
yeah.
What's up, a lone helmet?
A lone helmet. No, I'm with you, Brad. And I was looking at it. It says it was in Austin, Texas. Police found bombs in a Tesla showroom.
Yeah.
The incendiary devices were taken into police custody with the help of the bomb squad. So somebody had to get in there and plant these damn things. And to me, it seems like they had to be, you know, I don't know. Well, I guess they could have just I was going to say sophisticated, but I guess they could have just walked in there with a bag and, you know, laid that shit
dropped it.
down. But
Yeah.
so I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
crazy. It really is.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I think they need to be prosecuted. And I think if they can find the ones that do, and I'm not talking about the assholes that are keying cars,
Right.
but I'm talking about the ones where they can prove that this shit was coordinated and that, you know, it's done. Because you know it's going to lead back to some sort of political bullshit, you know?
Yes.
You know it
Somebody's gonna
is.
do
So
it,
therefore, that's the definition of it right there. So
yes.
I'm with you. You know,
Yeah.
lay the hammer down on them. Don't just talk shit about it. Do it. And I mean this administration. Don't just talk about what you're gonna do. Like, do the shit. You know, I'm about tired of this Pam Bondi woman that's doing nothing but talking. I'm about over her shit too. It's like, start acting. You know.
Well, I thought I read somewhere that she announced some charges for domestic terrorism against 3 people accused.
Yeah,
But,
we'll see. I don't know. I'd have to see.
but I haven't seen any more about it, you know. So, but you know
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah. I know she's you know, she's calling on this Jasmine Crockett, just dumb bitch that's out there, you know, basically calling for violence against conservatives. You know, all Pam Bondi is saying that she needs to apologize and cut it out. You know, it's like, how about you do something about it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't sit up there as an elected official and call for violence.
No, you really can't.
No, you're not supposed to be able to.
No. Yeah, you would think, you know, you're held to a higher standard when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Of course you
know?
are, whether
You
you're-
know, and
yeah,
here she
whether-
is, you know, making fun of Greg Abbott in his wheelchair, or if it's hitting Ted
I
Cruz
did
over the
see that.
head, you know,
Yeah.
or whoever it might be. Elon Musk now, you know, she's hoping that he gets taken out on her birthday. Wasn't it on her birthday or some shit?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's what I mean. She just repeatedly, you know, mouths off about this shit, and it's like, how do you get away with that as an elected official, a government official?
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, you're
exactly.
held to different standards. You know, just like law enforcement, government employees are held to different standards, or they should be.
Absolutely.
It just seems like they're able to get away with whatever they want, whenever they want. There's no consequences at all to any of the shit that they say or do. I'm kind of getting tired of it because it's going on with this administration in charge. You know,
True.
and when you talk a big game about how you're going to clean everything up and you're going to start basically busting heads and, you know, and holding people accountable, and none of it happens. I mean, we're still waiting on this Epstein shit. That's just, everybody just forgets about that. We haven't seen that, even if it's redacted. We haven't seen anything.
Right.
So we just sweep that under the rug and say, well, you know, even though they promised that shit over and over for months, it's no big deal. I mean, how do you look at that now?
Now,
You
I
know what
did
I mean?
hear something from, she was talking this morning to, what's her name? Marie Bartiromo. And, you know, as I was flipping, not that I'm a huge Fox guy, I'm more internet based, but basically saying that it's coming. What they're trying to do is make sure all of the victims that are in there are taken care of and secure, and, you know, so.
Well, but and I
Is it
get that.
hyperbole? I don't know.
Well, I respect that if that
Yeah.
was the truth. But it's like, what does that have to do with releasing the client list?
Right.
if there's big names on this thing. Like, I'm not asking to see the victims. I don't care about that. That's their, they deserve their privacy. But these people who were on this list that, whether it be, government officials or just power players in this country, well, we deserve to know that. And I don't need to know a victim's name. They do it all the time with, child predators. They don't release the child's name, but they're quick to tell you the adult's name.
Right. So
So-
what was the original lists that they were releasing? Like,
It was
way
a
back
flight.
when
It was like a
dropped,
flight log.
right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean that was the list of people that were participating in the nonsense
No,
that was going on.
not
There's
at all.
tons of
Right.
people have been to Epstein Island. It was the place to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of teased us with this flight log bullshit, and it's like, well, so what? You know? So what? Just because I go over to somebody's house that committed murder and visit them don't mean I'm a murderer. I didn't know they
Yeah.
did that. Yeah. So, you can't sit there and call everybody guilty on that flight,
So
log.
you think
And
they
knew that.
know everybody that's that
Fucking
was
right they
involved in it?
do.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
right they do.
Well, like I keep saying, and I'll keep saying it and keep saying it and keep saying it, that if it ever comes out, and I know it's a worldwide names and all that, but if it ever comes out, it's probably going to rock the moral fabric of this country to know who's on there. And I'm not talking about the flight logs, but who participated in all of that bullshit, So
Well,
Y'all think
apparently-
Epstein's homegirls talking?
Ghislaine or whatever the hell her name
Yeah.
is. Man, I don't know. If not, I don't know how the hell they haven't, silenced her. But yeah, I'm with you. She's got to be. She's got to be talking. I mean, I say that. I mean, they sentenced her ass, so I don't know. I don't know,
it's
man. But I'm with you. I don't know, because Epstein was gone quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was going
and
quick.
And she's still around, and supposedly she was like, she knows everything. She was the
Right.
one helping set this up.
Oh, yeah.
Finding these underage people to bring, finding
yeah.
clients.
Yeah.
So why she hasn't spoke to at least get herself out of trouble, it's beyond me. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with this lady. Either she's, a ride or die chick or something. I don't know, man. It's crazy, because I'm with you. I forget all about her. They got her ass in jail. Well, she
They
went to
did.
jail for something.
For something, absolutely.
So apparently they had, something going on there. So who are the ones that committed these crimes?
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't just throw her in prison for nothing, and she wasn't the only one doing this. I mean, they threw her in jail because of what she did,
Yeah.
but orchestrating a lot of this. So it's like, okay, well, if she orchestrated it, then who were the ones participating?
hmm
And all we get from Pam Bondi is it's coming. It's coming.
Right.
It's coming.
Right.
It says FBI agents were working like 12-hour overnight shifts reviewing documents and other evidence in the investigation to make redactions before it was released, is the last I heard about it. And it's like, well, that's fine, but you can't tell me all of this time between the last administration and whenever all this shit broke that they don't just have a simple list of the people that were involved in this criminally. I
They do.
refuse to believe it.
No, they do.
It makes me very suspicious on whose name is on there that they don't want out. And it's a shame to say, because look, I'm all for this administration, but it just makes it seem very funny, man.
Dude, we gotta get Kanye to talk. Kanye says he knows. Did you
Kanye.
Did you hear
Kanye
the
knows.
snippet in his song?
Kanye.
dude?
Yeah.
You heard the
Kanye-
snippet? Oh my god.
Kanye
dude.
probably does. He knows some of them, because you got to think about it, man. Kanye is a big time player when it comes to, being that rubbing elbows with people with money and power. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Now, can you believe
Shit,
everything
wow.
coming out of Kanye's mouth? I don't know.
He
But
said it on a record.
this recent one he dropped?
Yeah, the snippet.
What was the line?
He said, I know some people that went to that island. Why the fuck would you go to that island?
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
He
like,
knows.
okay. Well, then say it.
Say it.
Say it. Like these Diddy
I'm
parties.
surprised he hasn't.
No, you're right, too.
I'm
surprised.
surprised Kanye hasn't said nothing.
Yeah, he seems like he's lost his damn mind, man.
Yeah, I believe so.
But anyway, yeah, like I said, it's a shame we haven't seen that yet, because I think we deserve to. Not so much the Diddy list. That's just more just interesting to see what kind of names are on it. But I believe the Epstein list is, we as Americans, I think we deserve to see it, because there's going to be people on there that we pay basically with our taxes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So right there, we deserve to know what these people are up to, especially if it's criminal activity.
It definitely
dirty.
was.
It's
Yep.
filthy.
All I know, none of us are on the list.
No.
I think I speak for all of us. Yeah.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
did you see Colorado House of Representatives fucking shooting commie cum all over the 2A?
So, no,
Motherfuckers.
what are they doing now?
They passed a bill Monday that would require people to receive safety training before buying most semi-automatic firearms with detachable magazines.
And where's this at?
Colorado, the House of Representatives. Senate Bill 25-3 passed on a 36 to 28 vote.
Yeah, I think it goes back to the Senate now, huh? For
Motherfuckers.
So they want training before you can have a.
Yeah, which is going to lead to licensing and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it's just one
Absolutely.
more step closer to what they're trying to accomplish.
yeah, it'll be New
Yeah.
York.
right,
Damn.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and look, there's a lot of people that would argue that, oh, they don't need to be running around with firearms if you don't know what you're doing with them. But the problem is
Well,
it
yeah,
never
it's
stops there.
I
you
ain't
know?
seen you in a
It
while,
doesn't.
brother.
What up,
Yeah.
Skate?
Where's Skate? Skate's in it?
Skate
What's
is.
up?
Top of the
Skate. Skate, do me a
afternoon.
favor, Skate. Get on the account. Our email's on our page. Email me if you want. Give me an address we can send some merch to, man. I'm gonna send you at least a hat or something, brother. If you can, if you want it, just if you don't mind giving your address to us, I'll keep it private, of course. But I'd like to send you something, man. You've been committed and hanging out with us since day one, so we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But anyway, what else is going on in the world? I did see Big Soda. Big Soda's getting pissed off because the government's trying to stop people from using their food stamps to buy these sugary filled garbage, Coke and all that shit. And of course, the soda companies are throwing a fucking fit, but they say roughly about 5% of households not 5%, but the households that receive SNAP benefits, 5% of those benefits go to soft drinks,
Wow.
which equals billions of dollars, like something about $6 billion a year
Right.
is what's used, or what's bought on SNAP benefits, the soda that's bought. Now they say Coke alone has about 45% of those sales, which equates to a little bit over $2 billion a year Coca-Cola makes
right.
from SNAP, benefits.
Mm-hmm.
And they were caught. People were digging up proof that they were paying these major social media influencers to get on there and start this campaign to push this narrative that the government doesn't have any right telling you that you can't buy soda with your food stamps. And conservative influencers, they were getting slick with it. They weren't just doing it with the left, because of course the left is going to say that.
Right.
Let these people buy what they want. It's no big deal. Well, they were finding, right-leaning social media content makers that they were paying to push this message that it's no big deal. The government, they shouldn't tell people they can't buy soda.
Right.
And so that's a bit, they were calling it Sodagate. So that's been going on all week long.
And I
What's
see
your
them
opinion on that, though, man?
saying that the government, people shouldn't be spending their government money on stuff that's increasing obesity, right? So my
Right.
question was like, back when cocaine was in Coke, was obesity a problem?
Probably not. It kept everybody moving and running and,
Right.
Boom.
no.
Ding, ding, ding.
They ought to put it back in there. No.
Put it back in.
No, Brad, my opinion on it, yeah, I wholeheartedly believe that if anybody's going to feed you or pay for you to eat, they should at
Right.
least have the right to say, look, I'm going to limit what you can buy with this, meaning I'm not going to just sit there and let you buy this garbage to put in your body. If I'm going to
Right.
feed you, I'm going to at least make sure that you're buying something that's nutritious. Now, you don't have to let me feed you. There's other
Right.
ways around that. It's
Buy
called pay for
whatever
your
you
own
want.
shit.
Right.
But if I'm going to do it, then I think I have the right to say what I'm going to feed you as long
Yeah,
as
it
it's
was
healthy.
It's kind of like back in the day with the WIC.
Yeah.
You could get milk and cheese and and it
Still
was
to this day, all
itemized stuff.
yeah, you get the bare essentials.
Yes.
Nobody
to say
says
I'm
you
gonna
have
go
to
buy
eat-
a
yeah.
6-pack of Dr. Pepper with WIC. No, I don't think that's happening, dude.
Right. I have no problem with helping people in this country that need help. We don't need anybody starving, but it's not taxpayers' responsibility to make sure you're eating good. That's different.
Yes.
That's different. Like we and when I say good, I mean just buying whatever the hell you want. I mean you should
Yeah.
have to eat good as far as healthy, but
Right.
that's about it.
Yeah, we're
and
making
so
sure you're surviving.
Yeah, so the argument for that is very strange. People that argue
it's very
against
weird.
that, like it doesn't matter what they buy with taxpayers' money, it does matter. I mean, and that's
really
not to
does.
judge anybody or look down on anybody that happens to need that assistance. I mean, I've been there early on in my life. But I also looked at it like, yeah, I shouldn't be able to go grab this steak. Even though I did it, I used to grin like, this is crazy that they let you buy this shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's not what this is
Isn't it
for.
nuts?
Just sitting
know?
down eating tubs of chocolate icing.
Yeah, eating whatever the fuck you feel like it. Meanwhile, I'm sitting around thinking, okay, what are we going to eat for dinner tonight? We spent this much last night. I don't want to go spending $80 every night to eat dinner.
Now
So
we
we
need
got to
rice.
think
Right.
about this.
Yeah.
It's
true.
crazy.
It is.
So
It's
anyway,
totally
yeah,
nuts.
soda companies are at they're of course they're up in arms right now.
So who's
because
gonna
they-
win that war, dude?
Well, since they've been exposed, I don't know. I don't know if the government's going to actually get that passed or not, but I know they wanted to add sodas to the list of things that you can't buy. I mean, because there's already a list of shit that you can't buy with food stamps or EBT or SNAP, whatever you call it in your area. But I mean, it's just don't see the problem with it. I mean,
So we're
it's
taking
just
out
Me
big
neither.
soda. We're taking out big pharma.
big soda, big pharma, big all these
Keep it coming. I
unhealthy.
like it.
It's like they can't stop with the just trying to shove any type of poison they can find down your fucking throats.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And as soon as
I agree.
somebody tries to step up like RFK Jr. and try to do something about it, they demonize this man. They'd make him out to be a joke and a fraudster because he's trying to actually say, hey, you might not want to be eating all this shit they're shoving down your throats.
Yeah.
And here's
Right.
why. It's not
You
just
think-
saying, I don't want you eating it. It's like, here is why you don't need to be. And it to them, it don't make any sense.
You think Big Pharma's gonna step in on, like, soda's side of the fight
Of course they are. Keeps
because they
people
don't want that
unhealthy.
shit going away?
Of course they are. It keeps people unhealthy. The
Yeah,
more
they want
sugar and the
people
more
with diabetes.
of-
and,
yes.
absolutely.
yeah, they're lifelong
Obes-
customers,
obesity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly
Yeah,
right.
the more sick you can
100%.
keep people, the longer they're going to be your customer, and that's what pays the bills. So of course, I think Big Pharma is going to step behind it, and which brings up a good point that maybe it doesn't get passed. Maybe there's too many hurdles because there's going to be politicians that aren't for it either because their pockets are lined by some of these fucking big corporations and all.
Yeah.
I mean, if Coke comes to you and wants to put a couple $1 million in your pocket, well, hey, guess what? I'm going to vote no.
Right.
I say we leave this on the food stamp list. So it's
Yeah.
a dirty game, man. It's a dirty. None of it has anything to do with our benefit except for what RFK tries to do. And like I said, he gets demonized.
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
So true.
It's just crazy. And then you got half the country that they go along with it.
Yeah.
Like, how can somebody come out and say, "Look, I think as Americans, we all need to be a little bit healthier," and people blow their fucking lid.
And that's
Like,
the
what-
vegan side. They're the
Right.
vegan
That's
vegetarian.
yes. That's the side. Yeah, they're all into their yoga and fucking veganism and whatever you call it. Yeah.
Tofu
And as soon
all
as
that
you
good
have
shit. Yeah.
somebody that's in the wrong administration say that we all need to be healthier, it becomes an issue. I don't know how anybody can't just step back and just look in the mirror and say, man, I sound stupid arguing against this.
Right.
I mean, of all things to argue about.
Yeah.
I mean, what's he trying to take all these colored dyes and all this bullshit out of our food, and that's a problem? I don't
Right.
give a fuck what color my food is. If the
But
dye
if the
isn't
shoe
good
was
for
on
me,
the
take
other
that
foot,
shit out.
If the shoe was on the other foot, and this was the Biden administration saying about soda, or like you just said with dyes, it would probably be overwhelming support.
Of course it would.
You
Everything.
know what I'm saying? It's just
everything
because
is
it's
partisan.
the Republican
Mhm.
Trump administration that's trying to do
Yes.
it, and now you're infringing upon the rights for people to have cold drinks or sodas or whatever you call them.
And you said the word right there, the right, and they
Yes.
start making people believe it's your right
exactly.
to have luxury items.
Yeah,
It's not
which
your fucking
amendment
right.
is eating unhealthy?
Yeah, which one is it? Fucking everybody deserves a Snickers bar. I've never seen that.
I want to read that one to me, please.
But Brad said it. They throw that word around, and then it's like, yeah, you're right. That is our right to eat what we want, and it's like it is, but not on my dime.
yeah, with your own
Exactly.
money.
That's
Eat
it.
whatever
Nobody's
you
saying,
want.
yeah. Never once that Trump administration said you can't have soda. They just said we're not paying for it.
If you pay for it with your own money and you want to go eat a fucking bowl of coin batteries for dinner,
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do
it'd
your
be
thing.
it'd be different if I know they tried that. Didn't they try that up north somewhere where they were saying you couldn't get like over certain size, cold
New York.
drinks? Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
couldn't
the
get
left-
like the big.
the left
gulp
was
or
all with
something, Yeah.
The left
Oh, they
was
were all
they're the
with
ones
it,
who
yeah.
they're the ones who
Absolutely.
passed that.
Yeah,
The Democrats. Now all of a sudden it's a problem.
absolutely.
And
I
it's
think there's
amazing.
certain spots where you can't get like You can't get like sodas and shit with Happy Meals at McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll only give you milk or water.
And look, and that's, as a parent, that should be the decision. Like, I don't
Right.
want you having that soda, but you should still have that decision to make on your own, not the government.
Right.
That's why I said I'm never with if they were to say, hey, we're going to ban soft drinks. No, that's not, no. But as far as the government paying for it, yeah, I think that's their right to say we're not paying for it. You don't like
Absolutely.
it? I don't give a fuck. Get off
And
it.
it goes as far too as the left. I mean, I know when I went to California, San Francisco, and all that stuff. You
That
go in a
sounds
restaurant, not
terrible.
like down here, brother. I mean, dude, they got hot sauce and salt and pepper and garlic salt and whatever you want sitting on the table for you, dude. You go out there, you got to ask for it, man. You know,
Really?
Yeah,
it
they
does
don't-
not sit on the table, man. Yeah, you got to ask for it.
How did
And
it
they
You walk
give
into
you a
Waffle
look,
House, there's
you
a
know?
fucking bucket of condiments.
Yeah, up in California, everything tastes like paper. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? What-
exactly.
Even
my
the straws.
God.
Paper straws suck, dude. I've used them, and they just they
That's
suck.
the worst idea ever,
Yeah.
man. That's that Gavin Newsom and his bullshit,
Yeah, exactly, dude.
He's trying to look normal now, man. I noticed he's got a little podcast, and first guest on it was Charlie Kirk, hardcore conservative.
Yeah,
I think Gavin saw what these podcasts did
sure.
for the Republicans. I mean, they basically won the election for Trump.
Yeah.
Between Rogan and I don't know, what was that other one he was on with? It's one of Rogan's comedian buddies, got the slick back fucking hair. I don't know. Somebody out there listening
Andrew
probably know.
Schultz.
Yeah, him.
Schultz.
Yeah, on that one, and he went on Theo's, and
And
I
who's
think
this?
who's what that went on it.
Yeah, who you talking
Well,
about?
I'm talking about when Trump went on him.
Oh,
I'm
when
saying
Trump went on.
Gavin Newsom, the governor of California's,
Oh, that's who he is.
hardcore
Okay.
liberal leftist. Yeah, he's trying to make it look like, hey, I'm a normal guy too. I have a podcast. I got Charlie Kirk on it, and
Doesn't he have fires to fight?
he's got a lot more to worry about than trying to, kiss ass to the conservatives because it's not going to work. But like I said, I think he's apparently intelligent enough to see what worked for the Republicans this last go round, and a lot of it was not the corporate media.
No.
It was not. He didn't even. Trump didn't need the media, and I think they didn't know what to do with that for a minute. They're like, wait a second, the media's on our side, and we lost. And it's like,
And
nobody listens to them anymore.
and why would
That's-
you run
that's
straight
true.
to conservative podcasts? Like, it's like
Well, I
you
think
just-
it's his podcast, but his first guest, because he's playing a
Charlie Kirk.
game. It's like, hey, I'm going to try to get that other side to see that I'm a normal guy. I'm just like y'all, So
Right.
next he'll be wearing, a cut off flannel shirt with boots, That'll be next. He'll be on his podcast trying to say, look, I'm an average everyday guy, He'll have his fucking cow or something behind him in the background, or a pickup truck. He'll be sitting on the back of it because that's how they are. Everything is fake. Everything.
They're totally fake.
Everything
Yeah, because
is
it's
fake.
like we can see like the laws in your state, right?
Yeah,
like we can
we see
see
the-
what's happening over there.
We see the
yeah.
history.
Yeah, from the mass exodus of California to the
Yes.
taxes to the regulations and the rules, and you're
Yeah, I
not
don't
fooling
think it's
me.
going to work, or at least not in the near future. They may be able to fool enough people in years to come, but I think a lot of people know exactly who they are now. And
Yes.
it's going to
Yeah.
take more than doing a podcast with some conservative guests. I
And
believe
it's
to turn
interesting
that
that you
around.
say that, Shane, about we know who they are. And here's what I don't understand about liberals and the whole Democrat Party. That you would think, you got your ass whipped in this last election, and and they'll argue the point that it wasn't that bad, but when you win every swing state, yada yada. But they still
Take a victory lap.
yeah, they still think to go more left instead of
Yeah.
gravitating
they-
more to the center.
Bro, they dig
It's
their-
crazy their
They dig
mindset, man.
they dig their heels in, and I don't understand it.
I
Even
don't
if
understand it either.
even if it's not genuine, even if
Right,
it's just because you're
exactly.
playing the game, they're too stupid to realize that maybe we need to at least say different things.
Yes.
Instead, they go harder.
Yeah.
They get crazier. AOC hasn't changed a bit,
Dude,
and now
one
there's
bit.
rumblings of her running in 2028.
I
You
could
know?
really see her in Newsom.
I could too, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking, my God, and she it's not because she's changed her views or at least acting like it, but that's always been my thing. Like, at least play like you're changing if you want a chance. Not saying I want some fake ass liberal Democrat running the country, but damn, if you want a chance at all,
Yeah.
if you don't mean
Absolutely.
it, at least play the fucking game. But it seems like they're too
Right.
stupid to understand that. Because
Yeah,
you're
you would
right.
think
The only one
Both
doing it is
sides.
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think like your main strategy would be like, let's do what we have to do to try to pick up some of the middle,
Yes.
and that's not go farther
See,
left,
Right.
and you just said it. That's who you need in this country to win elections. Is
Yeah,
that
you got it. The
middle?
working
Everybody
class, man.
concentrate. Yeah, there's everybody's so worried about the left and the right. It's the average, right down the middle voter that you're trying to get, and you're
Yes.
not going to get it by being hardcore on either side. It's
No.
not
Right.
going to happen. You know, it's just not. Now, granted, you wind up, even if you're in the middle, you have to pick somebody, but
Right.
when your options are the shit that the left was throwing out for the last few years, the craziness that they were talking about compared
Right.
to the stuff on the right that you may not agree with everything, but at least they weren't crazy. Well, then you're going to pick the right. And
Yes.
you would think the Democrats on the left that are hardcore left, they would at least say, okay, well, let me try to act like I'm moving a little bit to the middle and see if we can get control. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I would do. I would
Yeah.
play the game, but
And
they're
and you
doubling
know when
down.
and just like you just said, when you see people in your own party are saying, "Dude, y'all are going way too left." Bill Maher. I
Yeah.
mean, here's one Bill Maher or uh, what's his name from here, Carville. And
Yeah.
he's saying that you better rethink. Here's the whole problem with that the working class and the middle of the road. They've already made up their mind, man. They are going with the Republicans because that's just where we're at, where the Republicans are. That's just Trump,
Yeah.
man. And I think the middle of the road people like you and me, every day, go to work people, too, we're not into this wokeism. We're not into this
No.
hardcore progressivism, And I get
Yeah.
a lot of us have social values. I mean, we all,
Well, sure, we can
you know,
all want to progress a little bit as
yeah,
society, but that doesn't mean we have to fall off a fucking cliff, I mean, and
ain't
that's
that
where
the
the
truth?
left is going. Because, like I said, I don't have a problem. There's things that always need to change. It's not like the
Yes.
country's perfect,
No,
so there's
never will
always
be.
something you can look at and say, look, this needs to be a little better. We need to treat these people a little better, or these,
Yes.
just everybody. If we could all just get along, great, kumbaya. But it's not to the extent of, and really when they start fucking with our children. I think that's where
Yes.
a lot of people started drawing the line.
Yes.
It's not like they said, hey, we all just need to come together and try to live in harmony. It's that, hey, we want to start doing crazy shit to your kids without you knowing.
Yes.
And that and it's like, okay, no. I don't care what side of the fence you were on. If you're a parent, you don't want to hear that shit unless you're a parent with mental problems, and there are a lot of them out there that went along with it because they wanted the attention to say, hey, look, I let my child do it. They're all over social media,
Yes.
talking about bringing their child to hormone treatments, and that's just attention. That's all that's about. But the average normal parent is like, okay, whoa, hands off my kid.
Yes.
I'll decide what my child does, not you. And I damn sure don't want you doing it behind my back, which is what was going on in places like California.
Absolutely. Well, it's
Yep.
probably still going on if I had to guess.
Oh, it is. They haven't changed that.
Alexandria says, "What is woke? What do you mean by woke?"
Woke. Well, do we really have to describe? I think it started off as it wasn't supposed to be a bad thing. It was just meaning
Yeah.
that you were awake, you seen injustices going on and things that needed to be changed in the country. Well, then it became that side went so far with what they thought needed to be changed, i.e., what I was just talking about with doing shit
Right.
with people's kids behind their back, that the term woke just became as a negative,
Yeah.
connotation towards somebody.
Now it's just a meme.
Now it's right. It's a derogatory name, pretty much. It doesn't mean good when we say it. And it started off that way. People were proud of it, like, yeah, I'm woke. I'm woke. I know we need to progress a little bit in this country, and there's always things that we can do a little better. And that's where it kind of started with, and then it turned into
Yeah.
a shit show, of them basically, like I keep going back to, wanting to do shit, to your kids, or allowing your children to make decisions for themselves. And it's like, really, this is what we're doing? And then there's some places, it's illegal to not let your kid do what they want to do when it comes to all of that stuff with the hormone stuff and the gender shit. You know what I mean? Like, you will actually
51st
get in
state.
trouble for denying your child that. Like, your children have these rights, but
Yes.
yet these same places won't let them go walk into a tattoo parlor.
Right.
That's how crazy it's gotten. And then, like you said, they're digging their heels in. They're not changing the left, at least.
No.
So,
No.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
What's up with this steel mill, dude? That's coming.
Yeah, I heard about that in
They got
Louisiana.
a steel plant in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Hyundai.
That's who it is. Hyundai's doing it.
Yeah,
And Hyundai's going to have a steel plant. See, that
$5 billion steel plant.
and
so
that's
they can-
basically something that I guess Trump can take credit for.
Well, he is. So I was kind of reading because I see the left kind of saying, "Oh, it was Biden's doings and whatnot." Because I think the talks kind of got worked out allegedly behind the scenes. It hasn't been like for sure confirmed, but like late December, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask: is do you think it had anything to do with the talks of tariffs? Is the reason why
Probably.
Hyundai started making deals with Louisiana to build a steel plant? Because apparently they have a plant in Alabama that they manufacture cars at. So that's what the steel plant in Louisiana will supply, is their two manufacturing plants in the states.
Yeah. I wonder what made just Hyundai themselves choose Louisiana.
Because apparently like fuel is cheap here, land's cheap
Yeah, I guess so.
in Louisiana.
I'll say I don't know. It ain't. I mean, I don't think our taxes are any better than anywhere else when it comes to that. Because if that's the
Not
case,
sales
there'd be
tax,
more
that's what they
industries
insure.
here. But
No,
It's
they
an
said
odd
we just have
place.
a lot of fuel. We've got, resources they can
Well-
work with. And I think they said it's going to bring 1,200 jobs to the
what is that
area.
Nissan place that's here? Is that a plant where they're making
There's
shit?
a big ass Nissan plant in
Mississippi.
North Mississippi.
Yeah, but is
they-
that what-
yeah.
So that's where they're actually making and producing some cars.
Yeah, I looked it up, and they were manufacturing cars in there. But when I saw it, like when we passed by it going to Tennessee, there was no
ginormous.
doubt in my mind that they were making cars in there. It's so fucking big. It's
massive,
exit
man.
to exit on the
Yes.
interstate. Like it's fucking huge.
I wonder if they'd let you in to just see some of the process.
I don't
You
know.
I
That'd
wonder
be
how
I
that
bet
awesome.
it is cool. I've never seen it, but
I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm gonna email them. That'd be pretty cool. Just to
That
go
building
See.
has to be like 2.5 miles long.
Yeah.
Like it's
No, that's so.
huge.
But you figure other. But you said that's in Mississippi though, huh?
it's
Oh,
in
I
North
was
Mississippi.
thinking Louisiana.
Dude,
Maybe
from
I'll-
what I'm understanding too, with Nissan, they tried to come to Louisiana and do that, but they could not work out the tax part of it. you
Yeah.
know,
So,
so that's why they went to Mississippi.
yeah, I wonder who the governor was back then that ruined that deal.
Well, the reason I guess I was thinking of bringing up Hyundai, I guess in the first place is if you remember last episode, we were talking about made in America and prices, right?
Yeah.
But arguably some of the most reliable, cheapest new cars you can get would be Hyundai Kia.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're made right here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you get like what 45,000 miles out of them or something.
You get a 100,000-mile warranty on them.
You get yeah. You really do, but they give a.
100,000 miles.
No, they do. Yeah, they.
Yeah,
I'm just making a. I'm just
I know. 45,000 miles.
disposable. You know.
Yeah. No, but
That's
honestly, dude.
Chevy today.
Yeah, boy, you ain't lying.
Yeah, you ain't
Yeah,
lying.
they are making shit. And they want you to buy American.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be great. But go buy an American-made car that isn't a piece of shit. And I'm not talking about a
should.
high end. I'm talking about
They
just
left
the average
Detroit,
family
dude.
sedan. You go buy a whatever Ford makes. That's just your average four-door sedan for a family. And Chevys like the Impala, the Malibu, they're all garbage. They're trash.
Trash.
Garbage. So they
trash.
force you to go to these Toyotas and these Nissans and fuck, even like you said, Hyundais, if they're going to give you a 100,000-mile warranty.
Right.
You know?
10 years, 100,000 miles. And it's made in Alabama.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a Korean,
right.
car,
Which-
but it's made here.
Which brings us back to what we were talking about on one of the episodes with, them bringing more manufacturing jobs back here. Well, if they're going to put out shit like Chevy and Ford's putting out, then who gives a fuck if they're making it here?
Well-
You're still going to have to buy foreign to get a decent fucking product, or at least a cheap product.
Right.
But I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking, along those lines of like, you got your Hyundais that are made here in the States. They're fairly reliable cars, enough they can give you a 100,000-mile warranty, 10-year warranty on them. And you've got
Honda.
Chevys, which I think most of them are made in Mexico. Chevy shit.
Dodge.
Dodge, yeah.
Probably
you
Ford.
know.
Probably
And
Chevrolet.
they're not lasting for shit right now. The shit that's made in Mexico, made in Canada, and shipped over here. But you've
No,
got
especially when you
Hyundais and
get,
Nissans.
The way they
doing
fucked
great.
up these diesel trucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
These American, they fucked up these diesel trucks, and it's all because of regulations from bullshit like California.
Right.
Like everything we drive is dictated by what the fuck California wants with this emissions bullshit, because that's what's killing those fucking diesel motors.
Well,
Yeah.
and aside from the diesels, we were talking about it the other day. Dodge won't even sell you a V8 truck anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they dropped down to the 6. But, you know,
Can't
we're
buy
They
a
supposed
did
to
V8
away
be
truck.
some
with
turbo.
like the Hemi.
Yeah, they got away with the Hemi because
Yep.
apparently,
Did
you
they
know,
really?
it's burning fuel, and it's like, well, how about you let me
Fools.
choose if I want to do that? Maybe I want to have
absolutely.
15 miles to the fucking gallon. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
there's
okay
so
with 10
much.
miles to the gallon. If
Well,
I'm
there's
buying
so
the
much.
gas.
There's so much emissions control on the motherfucker anyway. It's not like it's hurting the environment. Now it's just
Right.
about performance.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like if
Man.
I'm spending my money on it, you know.
Yeah.
True.
If I want to pay fucking $400 a week to get to work, that's what I want to do. Fuck
That
off.
shit starts in Cali, man.
does.
Everything is like, California approved or whatever the fuck, emissions. And then they say they hardcore over there. Like they check for all of that when you
Oh,
go to
yeah.
get an
Yeah.
inspection sticker.
They would
over
crush
here
my
it's
car
like
in California. In a
yeah, here
day.
it's like blow your horn, put your fucking blinkers on. All right, thank you. Well, in California, man, they talk about they have little sniffers that are testing your emissions and
on the side of the road and shit, like the cops will.
what a prick. Imagine being
Dude,
a
I'm tell-
cop. Like
I would
the
make
fucking
it.
life.
I would make it 10 miles past the California state line, and they
In
would
that
take
Camaro?
my car. It would be gone.
They'd stop you at the state line. Like, nope, you
Dude.
ain't coming here with that, buddy.
Yeah, it would be property of California. Very
Imagine
quickly
living
and
like
be
that and liking
crushed.
it. Like they got people that still live in California, believe it or
They
not.
do.
And just I guess I don't know if they don't think about it or they're just used to it or they don't mind being controlled that much by your government. I mean, and it's not like we're ever going to get away from government control. It's going to happen, but just the overreach and it's nonstop in places like California. Nonstop.
Yeah, and I mean, think about how much of a pain in the ass it is to register and keep up with the registration on your car and shit, just as it is, like in Louisiana. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not terrible, but it's a pain in the ass. It's a fucking
Right.
little job when it does come up. Well, people that do like modify cars and shit out in California, they wind up registering the cars in places like Nevada or Utah and
got
shit.
you.
They
Yeah,
register the cars out there so that they can do what they want with them and pass whatever kind of,
Right.
inspections that
Yeah, that way
those
they're not-
states have.
Yeah, they're not held to the Cali standards.
Now, could
yeah.
you imagine how much of a pain in the ass that is?
It
just
really
to get
is, but-
around fucking Cali laws. you
Yeah, and
know?
it's a shame you got to do it. But I was watching an episode of Cops a while, years ago or whatever. But I noticed they pulled over a kid, had one of his little fucking Need for Speed cars, and they were ticketing him for the mods that he made to his motor. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, my God, what? I mean, that's some Nazi shit. I mean,
Ain't it?
you
Yeah.
you can't even buy a car, soup up your motor a little bit, do what you want, and it was street legal. It just because he had some kind of air intake thing that wasn't supposed to
Yeah.
be. It's like, come on, man. Like, and then you're the cop. Imagine being that asshole that can't just say, all right, dude, just go on about your business.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
Right.
have all this, but don't let me catch you out here again with that. It's nope, here you go. Here's your fucking ticket.
They hitting bikes.
Hey, it's
And
bullshit.
like we don't have to worry about it because we ain't got Lambos yet. But if you buy a new Lambo, you can't even drive through California in sport mode. You have to have it in normal drive eco mode.
Yeah.
Lamborghinis, you could bring a stock Lamborghini off the factory floor. If you have it in sport mode and you get pulled over, you're getting a ticket in California.
Well, we found our number one fan though down here. Let's give him a little bit of
See that
airtime.
one, too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, boy!
Benjamin, you want to join? I'll give you the link. You can jump on.
Benjamin.
Yeah, let me know. But anyway, yeah, imagine, like I said, imagine choosing to live somewhere like California. It's a shame.
It's nuts.
And it's such a
And
beautiful state for them to fuck up like that over
I
some,
don't get how Dodge has come so far to the point of not even selling V8s.
Yeah.
You're lost, buddy.
Thanks for the love, Benjamin. I appreciate you getting on here and just off the bat with some negative bullshit.
Love
That's
it.
awesome, dude. You sound like a fun person to be around. All love, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So like just fun fact about Dodge, but like their 5th gen ACR version of the Dodge Viper, the back wing on it, they made it exactly 1776 millimeters. They were American as fuck, dude. And now you can't even buy a V8.
And that's something.
They were American as fuck. That's why I want to go get one of them old muscle cars that just do nothing but just fuck the environment up. You could smell the gas when they pass by,
4 miles to the gallon.
Yes,
Dude.
I want one so bad.
I about
want
choke
one so
myself
bad.
out when I'm pumping the rear tire on the Camaro up. I'll start it in the morning, and if I have to add air, I'm back there, and I'm like fucking dying.
Yeah, I
It's
hear you.
rough.
I know it does, but I want one that just nothing stopping the emissions. Just, I mean, I remember being a kid, man. You could just smell them cars come by. Carbureted fucking V8s just
Oh yeah.
like hell yeah, yeah.
Or even back in the day, man, like a true diesel truck, you know.
Oh yeah,
You
oh
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know.
anyway,
But the
it's right.
government isn't held to that standard, Shane. You know.
No, I
Or at
wouldn't think
least
so. Yeah, Gavin Newsom probably has a fucking muscle car and it's destroying the fucking environment. But yeah, you can't. Ain't this the same assholes that you couldn't go anywhere and eat in public during the
Yeah.
COVID nonsense, but they were sitting in restaurants tearing it up,
Yeah.
Having
enjoying their
backyard
fucking
barbecues.
linguine,
Yeah.
yeah,
What was
having
it? The French
barbecues,
Laundry, you know, probably
yeah, getting their hair
$500
did,
bottles of wine. Yeah.
yeah,
You know, cutting up
all
and
of that
shit.
shit. And that's what I mean. I don't know how they made it so long in Cali. I guess they run everybody off that votes a certain way.
Absolutely.
At least
Yeah.
in the cities, because I know a lot of it's
Yeah.
rural, but in them big cities, there's so many people, and apparently, the only ones left are ones that somehow agree with the nonsense that goes on.
Yeah.
It's just strange that you can keep anybody living like that. Anybody, no matter what side of the aisle you're on politically, but just want to be governed so fucking hard. It blows my mind that there's people like that out there that are okay with that. And like I said, it's not like you're ever going to just get rid of the government. The government's going to be here. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. They're always going to have some form of control over your life. But damn, I mean, you can at least limit it by voting, right?
Are you
Right.
saying we should try?
Try what?
Hmm?
Do what?
I don't want to get the FBI over here.
Yeah, let's not. Let's
Yeah.
not say anything.
Yeah. Let's not piss Benjamin. off
Anyway,
anymore.
nah, we don't want to make Benjamin mad.
Brad.
Yo.
Who killed Kurt Cobain, bro? Who did it?
Yeah, like Brad was in the loft that night or whatever. Who killed?
H killed him.
Yeah, I think so. Shotgun, from what I heard, really
Yeah.
did it. Really finished the job.
I've heard they work well for that type of activity.
Yeah, what they did shit like that the old lady, what's her name? Courtney
Courtney
Love or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that she had something to do with it. I'm like, leave that woman alone. That dude put a
Yeah.
shotgun in his head and pulled the damn trigger.
Yeah. Bad trip.
Yep.
I heard it was the government.
The
Is that what
government?
you heard? The government
And
does
Jimi
everything.
Hendrix
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't trust
because
the
of their
government.
white lighters or something. I don't know.
I don't even
Anyway.
want to. So did y'all going to see Snow White or what? That's all I want to know.
Is it really Snow White or is it just snow?
Yeah, it's just Snow, whatever
Yeah.
she is. But I see
Well,
it's
yeah, I
doing,
heard it. What cost $250 million? They did like 40. You know.
and that's something. And
Yeah.
it's all because this young lady can't shut her mouth. Because I was talking to somebody about it last night, and even though the movie may have some of the bullshit in it that people don't want to see,
Right.
you wouldn't know it until you went and saw it. But people don't even want to go see it because of this idiot they had running around, saying the dumbest shit she could possibly say whenever she, had a chance, whenever they put a microphone in front of her face. And now it just stopped anybody from wanting it. And you figure the Disney or whoever, the higher ups, would have been like, look, you got to chill the fuck out. Like, go out there,
Yeah.
promote the movie, stop with all the nonsense, and just tell them it's a great movie, it's a great story, blah, blah, blah. But instead, she had to come with all that bullshit,
So the actor said some shit.
the actress, we're going to call her. They don't like being called that. They want to be called actors, too. But we're going to call them actresses because they're females.
Okay.
So, but anyway, yeah, she was on every time that they would ask her about the movie, she had to make sure she let you know it's not the same old story about a man coming and saving a woman, and all this bullshit. And it's like, well, then not only that, but just the way, she was basically, her politics were coming up too much, on her
Yeah.
personal
Sure.
accounts, basically the fuck Trump attitude and vote for blue and all this shit. And then, and it's like, and she has a right to do that. I mean, it's not like she can't voice her opinion on what, her political beliefs are, but you just figured when you make a living doing this shit, you figured your boss, which is the movie, whatever company you're working for, would reach out and say, look, can you calm it down a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to stay in business here.
Yeah.
But apparently
Trying to
they
turn
don't
a
do that.
profit here, man. You
Yeah, I
know?
saw people cutting up on X and TikTok about it, but I was like, I'm probably not gonna watch it anyway. But
No,
It
and
just-
it's not like I was either, but there's
No.
probably millions of people that would have had,
Oh,
but
yeah.
she just
Absolutely.
shut her mouth. I mean,
'Cause
she's
what it
23
did, like,
years old. Well, I'm sorry. I was going to say she's a 23-year-old know-it-all. And I'm like, you're 23.
Yeah.
You don't know, like, come on now. But she's getting on all her social media, fuck
23.
Donald Trump and may Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. She's out there saying shit like that and then wants to know why the shit's flopping in the box office.
The party of compassion, huh, dude?
Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah.
Look on Celebrity Notes, man, while we hitting on this bullshit. Did you see where what's her name, Rosie O'Donnell, moved to Ireland?
I did see that.
And then something
Roseanne?
about, dude, they gave her like 30 days or something.
I
she
heard
can't
that.
stay
I
or
didn't get
something.
I didn't get a chance to look, but I hope that was true. So I'm going
I
to
think
believe
it
it
is, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
tell
something
you
like
the
they
best
wouldn't give her
one.
her citizenship or something, huh?
Yeah. I tell you
Is
the
she
best one, man. I don't know
left-leaning?
if you saw Alec Baldwin. Did you see him with his wife?
I saw the headline come up, but I never
Yeah.
did click on the
Yeah,
video.
and she cut him off at the knees for malinterpreting.
Oh, mansplaining?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you
exactly,
mansplain to
dude.
me.
And it's like, dude, if you'd have just seen the way she treated him on the red carpet, man, and then turn
Yeah.
around, it's like you think about what's like behind closed doors for this guy. We're dealing with her. So
Yeah.
I mean, my opinion on it, I bet you she's got him like sitting to take a piss. So
Oh, yeah. It ain't like us who run our women.
right.
They're
Yeah.
watching it. If they're watching
Yeah,
this,
right.
they know who's in charge.
Yeah,
They
she's
know
cooking
who's-
right now.
She's cooking. That's right. Go clean
right.
something.
Washing dishes or something.
Rosie O'Donnell and Roseanne, the same person, right?
Not at all.
Not
Don't
at
even.
all.
Don't even.
Really?
Don't
Roseanne is a
It's
legend.
like Babe Ruth isn't black, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're learning something. No, Rosie
So
O'Donnell
who the fuck is Rosie O'Donnell?
That's that dude that Donald Trump
That's a
is
man?
always at. No, but it wants
Oh.
to be.
It wants to be.
Yeah, she's she's different, But no, Roseanne is the one that canceled her fucking show.
Yeah, I thought it was the same person.
Because no,
Oh,
It's two
shit.
different people. They kind of look alike, They're both
Yeah, they
not very
kinda do.
attractive women, but
She was on a comedy tour though, wasn't she, dude? Like
yeah,
Frank
yeah,
Zappa and
she's
stuff,
yeah, she's back, as far
Sounds like
as
a country singer.
Roseanne,
Interesting.
Rosie
Yeah.
O'Donnell.
Rosie
Sounds like
O'Donnell.
It would have been a
She's just
fire country name.
just a miserable. I want to say the C word. I just don't know how YouTube's gonna feel about it. But she's just a miserable person. You can just tell.
Yes.
She's one of those,
Absolutely.
just hates everything. Her life probably sucks. So therefore, all she does is just growl at everything and can't stand Donald Trump for no apparent reason, just because it gives her somebody to hate. I guess I don't know. One of them miserable leftists. You know how they are.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not happy unless they're making somebody else's life miserable.
Absolutely.
What is she famous for? Like, what does she do? Why?
She's a comedian. She was like a
Okay.
stand-up comedian. Back when I
Gotcha.
was younger, yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah.
really know much about her career other than now she's just a.
No,
is she on The View? No, she's not on The
And
View.
I was-
No.
No, but she's one of those
super
type of
lost.
women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just.
Yeah, that's why I was just
old,
super lost. I thought she
she-
was famous from Roseanne.
She's a grouchy old lesbian. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's what she is.
Man,
I
basically,
mean,
to
just
sum it
a
up.
They're
Yeah,
probably
she's
the
just a-
worst. Jeez.
right, and it's true. Just miserable people. Oh yeah,
Even
yeah.
Flintstones.
Look, Sage. Yeah, that's true. She was Flintstones
She
back
was.
when she had a
She was.
career. she
Yeah, she was on the Flintstones.
that was back when she was tolerable, before
Yeah,
all the
right.
politics, man. What she said? Somebody said Rosie's on The View.
I don't
Rosie
know
who?
about anymore. Maybe at one time she was.
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, she fits in well there.
Yeah.
Just one of these toxic freaking just. I hate every man. It's
Yeah.
one of them.
Maybe
Who's
one.
on it now? Whoopi Goldberg. Who's the other? Them heckling.
Was she a
Joy
rapper?
Behar.
Oh yeah, Joy Behar. Was who a rapper?
Whoopi.
Yeah, yeah. She
Like-
was.
No,
She was
that
in-
was Queen Latifah.
No.
No, Whoopi was a rapper, dude. Yeah,
No.
she was.
I
in
don't know why
Salt-
any
she
of
was
these
in
people are
Salt and
famous.
Pepper.
Salt and
Push it.
pepper. Dude, going back to California, man, just to tell you how crazy these fuckers are. But it's a LGBTQIA plus nightclub in California. I was doing just something I skimmed across, and they have banned all the tire that is Make America Great Again insignia, and it basically they did that so their patrons will feel safe.
Oh, from the MAGA crowd.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
Badlands nightclub owner.
it's triggering.
What's his name? TJ Bruce is his name.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
isn't that something how they
Jesus.
that's become
It-
such
you just
a
can't make the shit up, you know?
yeah, I know it's such a phenomenon now. It's like a hat, a red hat with some saying
Yeah.
on it or something
Make
like
America
that. Just
great.
freaks
Yeah, in the
these
country you
people
live
out.
in, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just, it's insane, dude.
it really is. I seen
Yeah.
one of them bars, man. They kicked the girl out because she had a MAGA hat on, and the bartender was basically it's on video, and he's telling her, "You get the hell out. We're not serving you." You
And
know,
that's something.
basically you're upsetting people. And then the bar came out and they put a statement that hey, and they all but said that yeah, if you come in like that, you're not welcome here. Which is
Right.
fine. It's like, hey, whatever. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
look,
they have
got
a
the
right to do that.
refuse, you know?
It's just crazy because I promise you, if I owned an establishment like a bar or something and somebody comes in and they're wearing a Harris T-shirt, I don't give a
Right.
shit. Like, hey, what you need? You know, what you like? You need a drink? That's fine. But it's just the
Yeah.
other side just isn't for some reason can't be like that. And then
it's
we
the other
always
side of
say
the
it.
coin. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say we always make fun and say that that's the side of peace and we love and everybody needs to get along, but they're the first side that if you're wearing the wrong attire, they want to attack you and not welcome you into a business, and I just don't understand that.
Yeah.
I mean,
And on
it's
the other
crazy.
side of that too, I mean, they have them on the conservative side or the Republican side because I don't know if you remember years ago, it was a big debate that some baker didn't want to make a wedding
yeah.
cake for a gay
Oh, yeah.
wedding, and it's like. You know what, dude? You got the right to say no, and I mean that's just the way it is because it's your business. But why would you turn the money down? I just don't understand. Why would you turn the business down and get all that negative publicity against you? It
Yeah,
just makes no sense.
and I think in the baker's defense, he was a very religious person.
I get it.
And when you're religious, it's
I
like,
get it.
you're going to go by what your book or whatever your religion
Yep.
teaches you. It's no different than the extreme, the Muslims that follow the extreme part of
get it.
Islam. I mean, they're going to
Yeah.
do what they got to do. So
Well, I'm not like
in
that,
his
dude, okay?
defense, in his defense, it was a religious decision. But, from
get
what I understand, he was very polite about it. He's just like, hey,
Yeah.
we can't make this for you.
No,
And
I get
of
it.
course, the side that wants as much attention as they can get comes out and throws a fit instead of saying that's cool. I don't want to spend my money here anyway. Fuck you. I'll go somewhere else.
Absolutely.
That would be my thing. If I walk in anywhere and they're like, hey, we don't serve white guys here. Okay, well, fuck you. I'll go somewhere else.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Somebody's
It's that
gonna take my
simple.
money. Yeah.
It's that simple because as a business, I think you have a right. If it's not
You
a
do.
public,
Yeah, you do.
it's not like I'm walking into the DMV and they're like, hey, fuck you. We're not serving you. If
Right.
it's a private business, you have all the right in the world to say, hey, look, we don't want to serve your kind. Well, what's
Yes.
my kind? Well, guys with tattoos, we don't fucking serve them. Okay, well, guess what? I don't want to give you my money anyway. Fuck you. I'll go to the
fuck
next
you.
place. And it's that
Yeah,
simple.
Fuck off.
It's easy, because
Yes.
I don't like guys with tattoos either, so I don't blame them. I mean,
Yes.
that's how I would feel.
Fuck those people.
Yeah. But anyway.
It's true.
So, yeah, that's it. But like I said, it's always that side that is quick to say, oh, no, you can't come in here.
Right.
And
It's true. Very
it's
true.
crazy. Justin, you ever seen on TikTok these it's these I guess they call themselves like law enforcement auditors or something where they purposely go filming shit knowing the cops are going to come.
Like First Amendment auditors?
Yes,
Yes,
that's what it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you ever
absolutely.
seen what you think about these people, man?
I think they're fucking nuts, but
I do. I think there's a
I
little
think it's
craziness to it, but I
necessary.
think a lot of it is and I just see Karen up there. Yeah, Karen, you're exactly right. She was in some major chick flicks. But First Amendment auditors, dude, in a way, I think they're trying to get a message across because a lot of people have this misconception that, well, I'm in public, I'm on a public sidewalk or a street, and it's like, well, I don't want you filming me. Well, you
Right.
don't really have a choice.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
I'm
go
just
back in your
wondering,
place,
like,
but
do you think like it gets to the point where they're purposely
Yes.
trying to stir up shit? now?
absolutely,
I do.
yeah. And I
I
think
think
I think
there's-
part of it is they're trying to stir shit, and then part of it is trying to say, well, I'm going to teach you what it's all about with the First
Yeah.
Amendment.
Well,
I
and let's
think it's the way they go about it, though. Like you've got
Right.
some
Some
that
of
go
'em,
about
yes,
it and like
yes.
I'm just filming. Like I'm not
Yes.
in your face with my camera. Like fuck you,
Right.
I'm filming you. Fuck off. But others are just they're filming. Some
Yeah.
people want to just get out and fuck with people. Like they're just angry or whatever, and they just want to
Yes.
fuck with people on the street. And then that's the ones that it's like, well, you're not just trying to audit
No,
the
and
First
I agree
Amendment. You're
with
just
you.
being an asshole.
right. Well, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, how many of them now? Because they see the type of reaction that it gets. They see the views and everything on social media. So how many of them are out there purposely hoping these businesses call the fucking police on them? And to me, that's an asshole move.
It is.
Because
It is.
put yourself in a person that's just hanging out, whether it be in a restaurant or you're walking down the street and some asshole's in your face with a camera because he can be.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Now,
No,
I'm not
I
saying
agree.
the police have the right to come and arrest them for it because it's not against the law.
No.
But I just think some of them, man,
Right.
they go overboard with it just to get a reaction out of people. And then
do.
they want to play fucking stupid when they get the reaction,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah.
And they had
No,
a guy
I like-
walking around a parking lot filming the inside of people's cars.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
cops are like, well, what are you doing? Like, you don't think that looks suspicious? Well, suspicion isn't a crime. Well, no, it's not. But you're lucky somebody don't walk up that you're filming inside their car saying, what the fuck are you doing in my car? You know,
Whip
and then an
your ass.
altercation happens. Right. And it's like, well, I'm not doing anything. I can do it. As long as it's openly visible to the public, I have a right to film. But it's like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that, though? Besides to cause trouble.
That's it.
You know?
That's why I like the ones that go to the police station and they'll film like the police cars in the open public area, and it's like, go fuck
Yeah.
with the cops, do your thing, you
Yeah,
know. But it's like,
absolutely.
leave the general public alone. Quit being
That's
a
what-
fucking dick.
And I've
It's-
seen some of them where they go park in the cops' parking lot, and then they're like, "Hey, we pay for this. It's a public parking lot. You can't tell me I can't be here. It's not private
Exactly.
property. You know what I mean? It's our tax dollars pay for this shit." And then, like I said, in the big scheme, they're right, but they're just assholes. Some of them,
yeah.
you know,
Yes.
because like
Some
I
of
said,
them
if
go
I-
way overboard. With
well,
it,
yeah, if I'm walking down the street with my family or something, there's some dickhead following me with a camera just because he can, we're gonna have a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like I said, just because you can do something doesn't mean you need to all the time.
It's
Yeah.
So I was
just
curious.
saw,
I see a lot of them on TikTok.
I just saw a video of a First Amendment auditor. He was fucking like nuts. He was loony anyway. But I don't know how recently it happened, but I did just see the video. He walked up on a traffic stop claiming he was First Amendment auditing. The cops were sitting in the cop car, and he walked up and just punched the cop in the face through the window. And he was like, I have a right to be here.
What the
So then the
fuck?
cop hopped out with his taser and shit, and like
Yeah.
he wound up getting shot in the end of it. Like he hopped in the person that was pulled over's truck, like in the bed of it, and started jumping on it and shit. And like I said, the cops
so
wound up
he was
shooting
out
him,
of
but
his mind.
he was out of his
Yes.
fucking
Yeah,
mind.
he
man. He's
wasn't
like,
just one that was.
I'm
trying
allowed to be here. This is
I'm
a
al-
First Amendment audit, and he just punches the cop in the face.
Yeah,
The cop
I think
hopped out like,
that's-
"What the
I
fuck
think you
are
went a
you
little far
doing?"
with that one.
Yeah, that's when the First Amendment stops when you start punching the
You
cop.
think? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he sounded like a loon, but some of them, like I said, I think it's just reaction based. You know, it's like let me go purposely get up in the morning, leave my house,
Yes.
bring my phone to film shit to start trouble.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
what? It's to me, it
Nah.
just blows my mind.
I like the 2A auditors in Florida because, like, in the Florida law, you can't legally open carry unless you were
You're
fishing.
fishing, yeah,
And
and
you
I
got a
see some
fishing
of them.
pole. Or
And then they'll
Some
go
of
out
them
there and
carrying-
they fish and
They carrying ARs and shit,
Like,
just
it's
just to
legal.
do it.
Yeah,
But
and
I
a
love it
tackle
because they're
box
not
and a
fucking
fishing
with
pole, dude.
people.
I
You
love
know,
it.
like they're not like
No,
trying
but they
to
know what they're doing.
fuck with people.
Absolutely.
They do, but they're
They
not
know what the fuck they're doing.
like they're not out there like waving guns at the public. You know, it's
They're
like
not.
you're strapped up, boom, or you
They
know,
know
they'll
them. Them
pistol in
motherfuckers
there.
know they're wasting resources because they know somebody's gonna call the fucking police because you're walking
Absolutely.
around with this fucking AR around your back and like, oh, I'm gonna keep saying it. Just because you can do something, don't mean you need to do it all the time. Sometimes you're just being an asshole. You know,
Yep.
you have a legal right to be an asshole, but you shouldn't be.
Sure. No,
But-
exactly right.
What's that
Dude,
name?
speaking
Say
of Florida, man, you heard about this crazy news, dude? In Florida, a Florida woman was told that she could not bring her dog on a flight departing from Orlando International Airport. So, you know what she did? She goes in the
Oh.
bathroom and drowns the fucking dog.
Oh, don't say it. I forgot about that. That's horrible. I did
57
read that
year old
headline.
Girl, you're not lady, dude.
Yeah, they arrested her stupid ass, right?
3rd-degree felony, dude. Yeah.
Bro, how can you be so cruel?
Dude, so stupid, dude.
Like
Yeah,
you
it's
go in
these
the
people,
bathroom
dude.
and drown your fucking dog
Look,
that-
Fluffy, you're not. They won't let you on. So
that you thought enough of to bring with you on this trip.
absolutely, dude.
Like, what the fuck goes to
I'm
people's
telling you, dude,
mind?
it's nuts, man.
I couldn't believe that. And look, I'm not a big dog person. I mean, I don't nothing against them, but I'm not one of these people that like,
No.
oh, my dog is my child. Like, I'm just not
Right.
that person. But I would never think, well, I can't take it on this trip. I'm gonna go drown this fucking thing. Like,
Bro, I
oh
got
my
a flight
God.
to catch, dude. Yeah.
Like
That
not
was
lock it in the
crazy.
bathroom, you know, like oh hey, we're going in the bathroom. Oh
Yeah.
hit the switch, gone. But no,
Yeah.
No,
It's crazy. It's
you're right.
nuts.
They said this is going back to them auditors, they want someone to hit them so they can get paid. That's true. They want the police to violate their rights. They can't wait for a fucking lawsuit. And
It's
let's
big
face
money,
it, it's
dude.
social media views is what it's all about nowadays too, and they know
True.
that's coming. So that's a good point. This one wants to know, are aliens real?
Absolutely.
Are we talking like non-citizens, or are we, like over the border aliens, or are we talking about space?
We're talking about the Guatemala.
Because I don't believe in either one of them. No, I'm just kidding. Me personally, I really do believe there's other life besides us. I mean,
Yeah, I think intelligent life not from Earth is absolutely real.
highly likely. Yeah, E.T. Yeah, E.T. They said it. That's what they wanted to know. No,
Well,
yeah,
I
of
saw
course.
that documentary back in the day, so.
What, E.T.? The
Yeah.
documentary?
Mm-hmm.
It was a good one. True story, 100%. No, but of course there's alien life, man. We'd be naive and just, very fucking egotistical to think that we're the only things in this universe. I mean, we're probably stupid compared to what's out there, the way I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably watching us like we watch bugs in a forest, They're just looking at us like, what are these dumb motherfuckers
These
doing? Like,
fucking
look at 'em.
idiots.
Yeah. I mean, we sit there and watch ants, build ant piles. Imagine there's somebody up there watching us,
We probably look like moths that keep running into a light bulb.
Oh yeah, we look dumb as shit to them. if they're so smart, why do they keep crashing? Well, for one, I don't even know if there's proof that they crashed. I mean, that's just what they're saying, that they've found, crashed alien craft, but I don't know. I mean, it maybe I don't know, maybe they had an off day. Who knows?
Yeah,
You guys are
the
good.
sage believes in aliens.
Because I've heard that question before, like if they're so sophisticated and how come they crash? I mean, maybe something jammed their system that they weren't used to, because a lot of the crashes were from back in the day. So maybe there was something that they, some kind of new technology that we had developed or something, radar systems or something that they didn't take account for when they built whatever they built. And then they adjusted for that, and now it don't happen no more. Who knows?
Maybe
Who knows?
maybe it's like the Milky Way galaxy aliens are the ones that are crashing, and like our whole galaxy is just fucked, and we're all retarded over here. You know,
Yeah. We are retarded over here compared to the rest of the universe.
our aliens and everything.
Look at it. Yes, aliens are real. They came across the board. That's true. Every day, all day. Maybe it's a teenager's joyride. Yes, that's it. That's why these alien crafts are crashing. It's these stupid ass teenage aliens running from the fucking U.S. police or something, or military. No, there's no telling. I don't know. Like I said, I believe there's more out there than just us. I mean, I don't know how some people are. Some people are like, they're dead set that no, there's no way. There's no way. And I'm thinking, how can you say that? For one,
Yeah, you can't say.
just how can you say that? It's like
Yeah,
like
you
you've
can't.
been everywhere. I mean, it's one thing to say, I don't think there is, but I know some people that are like, nope, no way. You'll never convince me. I don't believe it. And I'm thinking, well, that's kind of a closed-minded way to look at it, because that's
Yeah.
basically saying you're all-knowing, which nobody is.
That's
yeah, and
very
like
true.
we're still discovering new species of shit
Every day.
on Earth.
Not saying
Yeah.
every day, but yeah, I know what you
Every
mean. All the
day.
time.
It is. It's every
There's things
day.
on this earth we haven't fucking discovered. There's the ocean. I mean, they don't know what's going on deep in them
No.
oceans. And now you mean to tell me you know what's going on out there?
Yeah.
And I've said it before. The thing that always catches me is how quick Elon is to blow it off. And I'm like, this motherfucker knows something. He knows something, and he's got government contracts with all this space shit that I know he can't talk about. Whatever he knows, he's not able to talk about it. But he's so fast to say, no, I don't think there is. I don't think. I mean, it's not even a thought with Elon. And I'm like, come on now.
Yeah,
You're full
and
of shit.
I don't even think we ever fully proved that Mark Zuckerberg wasn't a lizard man. So
We haven't proved that. We haven't. Did you see what they found under the pyramids? Are you talking about them spiral shaped columns?
I
If
saw a
that's what
little
you're
bit
talking
about
about, I saw that diagram. It's crazy, man. They found it with that sonar shit that they use, man.
I didn't know that was real.
Now they don't know what
I've
they
been seeing
are.
'em, but-
Yeah, well, because they haven't been able to. Of course, they haven't dug it up or nothing, but they're trying to figure out what it is. But they can tell it's a shape that's not a natural form shape. So something's going. Yeah, there's
What are
a mile down. Now, what was going on there? That's crazy.
Isn't that
what are the
nuts?
big stone heads? Weren't they like on the same island with the dodo birds or something like that?
Talking about Stonehenge?
No, the big
oh.
stone heads.
Oh, yeah. Well, they say them things went like.
Don't they like go down in the ground and have
Yes.
like bodies and shit?
Yes, like that was just the
Okay.
heads that you're seeing. That
Yeah.
them things go way, and that they figure that's just from they've been there that long that the the soil's just building up over the
Yeah.
the centuries or whatever. So it's
Isn't that
like,
crazy.
man, who did that? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like what yeah, but like I said, the one that they were just talking about with the pyramids and them columns, man, it's
Yeah.
crazy because every time they start digging around all that stuff with them pyramids, they start opening new doors to these things, and it makes you wonder. Like for one, how long ago were these things built? And for two, how the fuck did they do all this back then?
Yeah.
You know what I
True.
It
mean?
went almost a mile down.
Yeah.
Damn.
And in the type of sophistication, the way that a lot of these things are built, it's just it blows people's mind as far as and I guess because we're judging it by what we think they had back then as far as technology. So it's like, how the fuck did they do it? They had to have something, some kind of advanced technology going on to build these things. And it's not, to me, it's not just as simple as, well, they had slaves and they told them to do it. I mean, some of this shit is so precise and huge. I mean, we're talking about just tens of thousands of tons on a stone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That had to be moved and chiseled just perfect.
Right.
It's really mind blowing when you sit and think about it and you look at it with an open mind and not just, oh, it was built by slaves. And it's like, really? It's like that's your take on it. No matter what new evidence they start finding, it's, oh, it was built by slaves. And that's other people I know as far as with the aliens. No, there ain't no aliens. Same thing with the pyramids. Oh, it was built by slaves. That's it. That's all there is to it. And I'm like, okay, well,
They were bigger people, dude. Taller
yeah,
people.
apparently.
30
That's I
feet
did see
tall.
that one too. I saw that,
Yeah.
a big giant lifting the fucking stones.
Yeah.
That I
That's
did
true.
see.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's very interesting, at least to me. Some people are like, "What the fuck is this idiot talking about?" But I just find it very
I didn't
interesting.
know that
all
was
of
real either.
What?
I did see the spiral in the sky over Europe, dude. I thought it was a fake picture, but apparently it was real.
The spiral in the sky.
Yeah, it was like a huge fucking spiral of something in the sky.
From what? They
It-
don't know.
Don't know. They said, according to the Sage, some people were saying it was the SpaceX launch, but it was nutty looking.
I was
Really?
trying to see. I didn't see anything about that. I wanted to see the spiral in the sky. I want to look it up.
Yeah, let's look it up.
Let me see what this is right here. It's 6,500 feet below. I was looking at let me share something here that I'm looking at. Let me share the fucking screen here. All right. So this is basically that there. I mean, look at these structures up at the top, and then look at these columns there. I mean, this is just kind of what they're getting from, like I said, the sonar images.
Yeah.
From what they can figure, and it's like it's not naturally formed. So what in the hell is that?
It's crazy.
Believe they
Yeah, I
found.
saw that diagram,
I mean, it's.
and
I guess it's under that Great Pyramid. Let's see.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I believe they have found under the pyramids. Yeah, I mean, what? It just. I don't even know what that would be for. I mean, I guess I'm not supposed to know. I wasn't there, but I mean, I don't. Just looking at it, I'm thinking, what would that even? Just trying to put any kind of today's thought to it. Like, what the fuck is that?
I wonder. I mean, are they like just stability pilings?
I
Or-
guess, but I
wonder
mean,
if
were
they're
these
hollow
things
with
exposed?
staircases in 'em,
Yeah.
or-
And like, were they exposed at one time? And did they just get covered up, or were they meant to be underground?
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'll dig into it as much as they can. I just don't. A lot of that time they don't like disturbing all that.
Yeah.
Right.
So they can only do so much. And a group of scientists claim they have found a vast underground city beneath the pyramids that could change everything we know about them. And that's the shit I'm talking about, because people get so stuck in what they've read in a textbook when they were younger, and it's
Right.
like there's no other possibility now. And it's like every day, none of this shit. It's science. It changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what science is. Nothing. Science is never settled. And you got people that are hard headed that think it is, and now you're starting to find out everything we've ever been taught about a lot of this shit. None of it was correct.
Right.
It was all guessing going on by scientists and all, and they put it in a textbook, and we're told that in school, and all of a sudden it's 100% fact, and it can never be changed. And that's part of the problem when you've got some scientists arguing with other scientists because they don't want to look wrong, because they've been preaching this shit for decades. So they don't want to look like, oh, I didn't know what I was talking about. So they dig their heels in, and that's the only conclusion they want to come up with is the one that they've already come up with. They don't want to hear about anything else.
I was also taught in school that blood was blue until it came out of your body, and that is not.
I was taught that too.
Close to true.
Yeah.
Are you telling me it's not?
Not at all.
Yeah. I was always taught that it turned red when it hit the oxygen.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Not even close.
You're
apparently.
telling me at this age, I just found out that's not true.
Nope.
I wonder why they tell you that. Because look,
No.
I wasn't told that by other classmates. That's the
No.
shit they were telling you in school.
Yeah.
So who started that bullshit?
Well, they
it's
say
not
it's
like we
because,
were
like-
born. Look, it's not like we were in school in the fucking 20s. You know,
No.
I mean, we
They
had
said it's 'cause if
technology.
you- like you'll see your blue veins,
Well, of course.
but it's just the refraction from the light in
So
your
you mean-
skin.
So they
showing-
didn't notice when we were kids in school?
Apparently
when they were
not.
teaching us this shit?
Apparently
We've
not.
been lied to our whole lives about
That's it.
everything, dude.
That's it. Drop
Yeah.
out of school, kids, right now. You're learning
School
nothing.
is Stupid.
Just listen to us.
Go look at the second link that I sent in the chat.
The second one, I'm
Yeah.
afraid to pull it up.
It's the swirl, dude.
Am I sharing it? Let's see. Add to stay. Share this tab. Oh, it's doing is swirling. Oh, I got a commercial. Great. We get to watch a commercial.
Oh, look at that swirl, boy.
What is this crap? You got to be watching an advertisement. Bear with us, people. I'm trying to pull up the
Mine
swirl.
didn't pop up with an advertisement, so
Yeah, mine did. They want me to pay for this bullshit. I ain't doing it. Come on, man. Nobody cares about this shit.
oh, look, is
Instagram.
that skip ad at the top?
No. All right. That thing,
Yeah.
SpaceX rocket left a blue. Hey, SpaceX rocket. There you go. I answered it right there.
Yeah, that's what's his name was saying on there.
Yeah.
What was that saying in the comments?
That's what they say.
Sage.
Justin's like, I don't buy it.
So they'll look at that.
I was gonna say the question was answered as soon as I clicked on the video.
Yeah.
Caused by frozen fuel. Look, how can you argue with that? You know, because we're too stupid to argue with it. So we just got to go with what they're telling us, Justin.
Yep.
Kind of like your veins. You know,
Yeah.
blood is blue until it hits oxygen. I'm going
It's
with
the
that.
same color as the swirl, apparently.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Some people said it was SpaceX launch. Yeah, that's what they were saying, Justin. They're on your level. They don't believe it. Some people said. Well, give me another option then of what it was. It looked fake, that first one. It looked like
I
AI or
know.
some bullshit.
The aliens, dude.
That's the problem with AI right now. Everything looks like AI.
I know. That's what the
Or
last
AI
three
looks like
things we
everything.
went over. I've seen them today, but I thought they were all fake.
I know. It's getting bad, man. It's getting bad. They just as good
I've been
as
seeing AI videos of Diddy handing out baby oil to everybody at events. It'll be
Yeah.
like him trying to hand Drake some baby oil.
Well, I had
Same.
a
AI video.
I had a buddy of mine that was fucking with me yesterday about some shit. There's text messages messing with me. So I was like, well, all right, I got your ass. So I sat there and I made a basically a little parody thing where I was looking off this way like I was interviewing him. And I said, so what's something that, you know, most people wouldn't know about you that you think they should? Well, a while back, Ben Shapiro was talking to one of these trans people. And for some reason, I forget what the conversation was, but the trans person said, I have a vagina. And it was, you know, beard and everything, you know. And so I took my buddy's face, put it on that, and that was his response to me, you know, asking him, you know, what something. And it was so easy to do from my iPhone that
Yeah.
it's scary is what I was getting at. That was
Yes.
the point. That,
Yeah.
you know, it was funny as fuck because it was just such a natural question back and forth. And he's like, I have a vagina, you know, and his face was the one saying it now. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, if I can do that bullshit in 10 minutes on my iPhone, what the fuck are these people that really know what they're doing capable
Yeah,
of doing with this
that have
AI shit?
time and
Yes, in the knowledge. I'm just a dummy that found an app. So, I mean, imagine somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing, how dangerous that is, man, to have at your
Yeah.
fingertips.
It's scary, huh?
Yeah, oh, yeah, if you want to do
Yes,
some
it
malicious
really
shit,
is.
they can put us anywhere at any time saying anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how bad it is. I mean,
the sage. Are you disrespecting Pluto right now?
well, where we at? What'd they say? What's it say? When I
that-
was in school, they said the dinosaurs were killed off by volcano and Pluto was a planet.
Pluto
that
got
is true.
fucked. All right.
Yeah, they got fucked
So
out of
we'll
planet
start there.
status. They did say that dinosaurs. Yeah, that's what I mean. We got taught a lot of shit in school that it was just, it was fact because a certain group of people said it was, And then,
Yep.
like I said, these same group of people refused to say, well, maybe we were wrong. I mean, there's a lot of people like that because, I mean, they're human, whether it be scientists, doctors, whoever. I mean, they have egos like everybody. So if they've been, believing something for, decades and all of a sudden some other proof comes out, they don't even want to hear it. It's like,
Right.
no. Because
Yeah.
one, you're going to make me look like a fool now. Instead of just doing the right thing and saying, hey, maybe I was wrong. Tell me what you got. Let me listen to it. A lot of people can't do that. We look up to these people thinking, well, they're scientists, they're doctors, but they're still human. I mean, they have human emotions and egos just like we do. Nobody wants to admit they're wrong.
Yeah, and you
But
don't know what you don't know, so
thank you. Yeah, you don't know what you don't know, and I can't stand people that think they fucking know it all. It's the same ones that, oh, aliens are never gonna be real. It's just so fake, and there's no way. But
It's true.
anyway,
Absolutely.
AI is gonna kill us all, so it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It
mean,
don't
once-
matter. We all
I
want
did
borrowed
see-
time, dude.
A post today about AI being used for good. So an AI
I was able
program
to make a funny video yesterday.
is that,
So that was
or
good.
this AI program, I guess they were using it to scan like X-rays and shit, and it found breast cancer in this
Yes.
woman 5
Yeah.
years before the breast cancer started like growing.
Yeah.
So
No, it's true because you can already upload, your blood work to
Mhm.
Grok on X, and it'll diagnose and tell you what needs to be changed and what levels or what. You know what I mean? Like it basically you don't even need the doctor to read it, and
Right.
that's where AI is going to. So it's definitely going to be a helpful tool, but it's also going to be a dangerous one, like every tool that's
Absolutely.
invented. I mean, a screwdriver is helpful, but you can stab somebody in their fucking eye with it. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's here, so there's nothing there's nothing you can do about it. You might as well try to utilize it. But at the same time, there's going to be some fuckery coming. There's
Absolutely.
no doubt,
Yeah.
and it gets serious when you can start putting people in places they never were. And then this person has to defend themselves saying, oh,
Yeah.
it wasn't me.
I wasn't there.
Yep. That's scary. I'm just glad we're not important enough for anybody to do that. But imagine if you're a big public figure,
I'm telling you,
like as bad as they wanted to get rid of Rogan.
yeah.
I mean, if AI was good enough, there ain't no telling what they could have had that man saying and doing because
I'm
they
telling
hated
you.
him during the election. He was their number one enemy because he was too big of a platform.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, think about what everybody's like level of proof that they need in today's standards is like, show me the video. You
Yeah.
know, like, oh, show me the video, and you
It's
see the
like,
video, and it's like, oh
well,
shit,
here it
it's
is.
real. Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, here it
It
is.
is.
You were jacking off
Some
on
of
that
it's
Tesla.
scary.
Yeah, like that is our level of proof, our max. That's what we need, and now you can just make them. So,
Yeah, and then even if you know how it is, man, when you're accused of something crazy that even once you kind of prove that it wasn't true, you're still looked at by a portion of society that's going to be like, they're always going to question it. So now you've got this stigma that you carry around,
Yeah, and I'm
It's
just
true.
thinking, like, how do you, like, if the AI is good enough where it's like, that's a real video, like, how do you prove your innocence in that? It's like, it's your word versus this video.
Oh, well, I still believe that Trump was sucking Elon's toes
Me
from
too.
that video you showed me. I mean, it looked real enough.
I
I'm-
seen it.
I refuse to believe that was fake.
Nasty, dude.
But
I seen it, man.
and I haven't heard Trump or Elon come out and say that wasn't real.
They haven't.
So you
Yeah.
take that how you want, but
I mean-
neither one of them had said that wasn't us. So
We're in here solving cold case files, dude.
Yeah.
cold
damn.
case. Oh Lord, I got virus protection going off in my ear. Fuck off.
Yee.
Yeah, we all need a good virus every now and then.
Yeah.
But anyway, AI, like I said, AI is going to take us all out. Just think of Terminator. Justin, I don't know if you're old enough. You ever seen Terminator?
I've seen the famous parts of it.
The famous parts? Well, all you need to know is that, they were trying to stop a human from stopping them, basically. So they had
Yeah.
to go back in time and try to kill this person before he became who he was going to, become to stop these fucking robots from taking over the planet. And that's
Yeah.
what AI is doing. So whoever they got to take out, that's who they're aiming for, because that's what. And some people honestly do have that fear, including Elon, that if they're going to be smart enough to know that if we don't deal with this, it's going to get rid of us. So they're going to do whatever it takes to try to get rid of their threat, whoever this threat may be, whether
Yeah.
it be human race or just a human or whatever, But there's people that are legitimately afraid of how intelligent it's going to be and become sentient to where it's making its own fucking decisions now. I mean, I don't know. It seems far fetched, but I mean, hell, show somebody in the jungle, 200 years ago a cell phone, and that would have they've been like, what the fuck? There's no way, you're not gonna be able to communicate with somebody on some stupid plastic thing,
Yeah.
And what I'm saying plastic, like, you know what I mean? They didn't know what any of that was. So,
No.
I mean, who knows? I like to believe it. Sounds scary. It sounds neat.
Yeah. Arnold
So,
Schwarzenegger was a governor. Wasn't that a thing?
yeah, he
In
was.
California.
Was he the
Yeah.
good guy in the Terminator or the bad guy who was trying to stop
Well,
him?
it depends. In
bad
part
guy.
1, he was a bad guy.
Yes.
Okay.
In part 2, he got sent back to protect John
Right.
Connor, which is the guy that was going to stop. You got to see the movies
Yeah.
because you don't even know who John Connor is. But part 2, he became the good Terminator, and then there was another one, the bad one, that was out to kill the young John Connor, because John Connor grows up to be a soldier who defeats the robot army that's trying to take over the planet or whatever. So that's basically what the gist of it is.
Yeah.
The robots are sent back to try to kill him.
Well, I didn't see that, but I did see iRobot and Will Smith having to
Will
kill him all.
Smith-
So
Yeah, I never did see that, honestly. I know of it, but I didn't see it. What up, boss? Bitch, what are they talking about? AI is a horrible thing and is ruining everything. It is, but it's like I was saying, it's here to stay. So we got to
it's not
find
going
some
anywhere.
some
No.
ways to utilize it and some positivity to do with it, because it's not going anywhere. I mean, it's like the internet. I mean, it's got its very bad parts, it's got its very good parts, but it wasn't going anywhere once it was here. So anyway, that's great. So that's that. Anything else crazy before we get off of here?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
besides us. No. Well, that's it. Let's wrap it up. B.S.ing with the guys. I appreciate y'all checking it out. And hell, we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Talking more
Like
shit.
us, subscribe.
Just don't, whatever
Get our
y'all do.
content up.
Right. Nobody go fact check anything we said.
please
Just trust us. Yeah.
Please.
Take us for our word.
Exactly.
Peace out. Y'all behave. B.S.ing with the guys. We'll see y'all later.
Adios.